Hey, what's going on, everybody? The Joe here and Gavin Timms.
Joe, how are you?
Awesome. This is a real estate investing mastery podcast, or if you're watching this on Gavin's YouTube channel, this is the REI Network podcast.
Yes.
I'm so excited about a couple things here. Number one, we just finished, Gavin, a challenge a week or 2 weeks ago. And while you were in Tulum, Mexico, and I was in Vail, Colorado, we got a bunch of leads. And one of the cool things that we did with this challenge, if you guys hadn't heard about it yet, we called it the New Year, New Market, New You Challenge. Mm-hmm. And Gavin went into a virtual market, brand new for houses. And I went into a new market for vacant land. And we actually we did the free challenge for 3 days, talked about it. Then the next 9 days, we actually went in and did a bunch of real marketing and real markets. And we documented the whole thing. And Gavin, talk about what you did, and I'll talk about my land results, right? Because I've got a bunch of leads that just came in the last couple of days. But talk a little bit about what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. So I went into a virtual market I've never done business in. Kind of picked that market from having a conversation with a friend of mine, investor, and he just basically said, "Hey, I got some buyers looking here, place in Texas," and I was like, I'll check out that. And sometimes that's enough, right? That's enough to narrow it down. When there's so many, I don't even know how many counties there are in the United States, but I know there's a lot, right? And then
there's over 3,000 or 4,000.
3,000 or 4,000 counties in the United States. Like you could be here literally like for a year trying to pick a market. And sometimes you just got to narrow it down quick. And I was teaching ways to do that from kind of where did you grow up? Did you go to college? Do you have friends, family, like whatever it is to narrow your markets down, try and pick 2 or 3 and then start to analyze them. And then once I did that, I then go and look at make sure that there's activity there, right? Especially, for wholesaling, you want to make sure that there's cash buyer activity or there's enough going on. And if there isn't, that's fine. Or if there's not much, you just need to realize that, okay, I've picked a really small county and I just know if I pick this county, that pretty quickly here in the next month or 3 months, I'm going to have to start picking up counties around it to be able to build on that. So once I analyzed and looked at that, kind of talked about how I would go around like building the buyers list from cash buyers, realtors, property managers, then going into actually pulling a sellers list to find motivated sellers. Now, once we'd done that, and again, making sure that we had enough data for like an absentee list, and then from there going into then skip tracing to find the numbers, to get the contacts, and then the process of, okay, now at this point, I could do these calls myself or I could hire a virtual assistant. I have a virtual assistant on my team, so I actually interviewed them. I gave them the instruction of exactly what I wanted to do. And then we set up kind of the cold calling. We set up where the leads and how they were going to flow using the automation and how we're going to operate that to start actually generating the leads. And then that's kind of how we kind of built that out. Now, not all of our videos are released yet, so I can't go into too much detail.
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, so I can't say yet because people are going to see it before they see it, But it was good. We were happy, and all of this was done under $1,000. Okay, budget that's going to last. That $1,000 is spread out for the whole month. And we started generating from the first day on the phone. Within 4 hours, we started generating leads. That's what I can tell you.
I love it. So Gavin did houses. I did vacant land, and I actually went into 2 counties because with the way we do vacant land, it's a lot different. We go after small, rural, vacant lots. So we're out in the country where people go camping and hunting and fishing and shoot their guns and ride their 4-wheelers and all of that, right? So there's obviously not as many seller leads in each county. Oh, by the way, there's over 3,000. There's 3,006 counties in the United States. So I just went to a couple different websites and I picked Florida and California, and I just looked at which of these counties have the most vacant land sales in the last 6 to 12 months. And I found 2. I didn't pick the best top ones. I picked some that were near the top that were just good rural vacant lands. We're buying these things at 25 cents on the dollar. We're not talking to the sellers until they actually get our offer. And we buy them for cheap, like a couple grand, a couple $1,000, and we sell them for $20,000 or so on owner financing. So my big goal with this is to create cash flow. My 2 teenage sons have been doing this very, very part-time the last 3 years. and have grossed over $150,000 in profits from vacant land flips. And so I've decided I'm just going to start doing this, being more focused and intentional on it. And so I'm helping my mom do it right now. I'm helping some friends of mine do it. And we're looking to start building now our cash flow portfolio inside of a self-directed IRA, which is pretty cool. And we're documenting all of this right now. We spend about $800 in direct mail for each county. So about $1,600 total. And we just started getting leads yesterday or the day before. So the last 2 days, we just started getting leads in. On average, when I've done this before, we get between 3 to 7% response rate on our direct mail. I'm testing a brand new postcard. That's a handwritten postcard. It has a reference number on there. It says, call our 24-hour recorded voicemail. And it's just so simple. I love, there is a place, and it works. There is a place for outbound marketing, cold calling, texting, driving for dollars, whatever. But I love it when I can just send some letters for super cheap and get people to call me. And so anyway, I'm doing this all inside of FreedomSoft. I'm documenting everything. It's amazing. I love it. I'm excited. And I'm just looking at these leads that are coming in. Generally speaking, we get about one deal every 25 leads. And on average, our wholesale profits are 10 to 12 grand if we're flipping it. And our average cash flow on each deal that we sell with owner financing is about $300. So, I mean, where else can you go and spend $3,000, right, to get $300 a month in cash flow? So we're looking to get our money back within a year. That's the goal. We owner finance these things for 5 to 10 years. So it's a great model. We love it. And we're documenting it right now. But why are we doing this podcast? Well, guess what? We have got, if you haven't seen yet in the description of this, we've got a boot camp coming up February 11th and 12th. And this is going to be Friday and Saturday coming up this week. It's a live virtual boot camp. We've already sold hundreds of tickets. And it's going to be amazing. It's all virtual, and it's going to be February 11th and 12th. And we're calling it the MAD Boot Camp. And Gavin, talk about what MAD stands for a little bit.
Yeah, so it's going to be marketing, automation, and delegation. That's something that we've taught on for years, right? And since I came in, like I never have came out that I was the creator of this, right? I never, like, for me to be able to teach on this is just something that I've done and obviously built in my own business to be then coming and saying that this is the way forward. And I generally think it is. Like, if you guys that are watching are in jobs, okay, you have to be using these three things. I just don't think without these that you can probably, you might be able to do a deal, but to build consistency, you cannot do it alone. And what I mean by that is that you need to start putting systems in place, right? The marketing, as Joe just said, and as I showed in both of our challenges, I'm not the one cold calling, right? Yep. Joe's not, he sent the mail, but you can outsource that pretty easily and get someone else to do it. So leads are coming in. So you've got to start thinking, when I get off work at 3 or 5 or 6, whatever you're doing, leads are sitting there ready to go for you to call. That is then how are you going to spend more time on a higher dollar an hour activity, which is talking to sellers, making offers and following up, instead of, oh, I've got to get off work and I've got to research my market for 4 hours. I've got to get off work and I've got to write my letters, or I got to cold call to even generate leads. If you can have that done for you at affordable rate, then the chances of you doing a deal are going to be much higher and faster. And it comes down to obviously budget. So we both built this on we believe on a very fair budget. And I don't know about you, Joe, because I haven't seen all your videos, but I also teach you in there how you can do it off no budget. Like, literally zero budget. If you just have a phone, you do need a phone. You need to be able to make a call and you need a phone. But if you have them, you could literally do deals with zero budget, but you need to spend more time, right? There's time, money, or both things that you need, or both them things in this business. You can't have no time in your life and no money. Well, one's got to give. What are you going to do? Are you going to start saving money? Are you going to start selling things? Or are you going to start working less so you can spend money on the business? Because without that plan in place, you can't execute anything.
Well, it's all about marketing. We talk about that all the time on this podcast, right? We're not in the real estate investing business. We're in the marketing business. Well, if you try to do all the marketing yourself, you're going to get completely buried and lost, and you're going to pull your hair out because you're just not going to get it done. If you're anything like me, I tried to time block it off in my calendar, tried to do marketing on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, and I never got it done. And what happens is I'd do a bunch of marketing, get a bunch of leads, and shut the marketing off because I had to handle all these leads. And I was doing everything myself, and I was getting completely buried. I was leaving leads I was letting leads fall through the crack, and I was leaving leads behind. And I was only dealing with the most motivated sellers that needed to sell right away, right? And then I'd get a property under contract, make some money. Oh yeah, this is awesome and exciting. And then turn around and my pipeline is completely empty, right? And I'd not been following up with all of these leads that had said no. And so it was very up and down, unpredictable for me. I mean, and then it would take 2-3 months to get the new marketing going and the leads coming in again from that new marketing, and then getting the momentum back. So it's really important. I understood this early on. You've got to create that marketing, that momentum from the beginning, and do not lose it, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
you've got to get this stuff done for you in spite of you, because you can't do it all yourself. And you should not be doing $5 an hour activity work. You should be doing $500 hour activity work, $1,000 activity work, right? So there was a time back in about 2011 where I saw a lot of money coming back into the market, right? I felt like we'd hit the bottom. Prices were starting to come back up a little bit, and a lot of money was coming back in the market. And I saw that, you know what, we need to start wholesaling more deals, cash deals, to these investors that are coming in. I was doing a lot of lease options at the time. So we kind of pivoted a little bit. And again, I got to this point where I was hiring acquisition managers. I had an office. All this stuff was going out the door. I had a lot of overhead, a lot of expenses. And I looked at the end of the day, and I'm still only netting 40-50% of the deal, which was not good for me, right? And I was still the guy taking the calls, going to the title company, dealing with the hassles and the headaches and everything that was going on. Every deal is completely different. So anyway, I made a list of everything that had to be done in a wholesaling deal for houses, regular wholesaling deal. And I asked myself a real simple question. How can I do none of this? How can I get somebody else to do it all for me? And you got to learn how to do it, obviously, right? But if you can start changing your thinking and start asking bigger and better questions, how can I delegate this stuff out to somebody else? If I can do deal in one market, why can't I do deals in 8 markets? How can I do deals in 8 markets? If I can do 1 deal a month, how can I do 8 deals a month? And so I started developing these systems. And then I came across this phrase: the 3 keys to success in this business is marketing, automation, and delegation. And I thought, bam, that is it, right? That's pretty much, if you want to succeed in this business, you need to be good at those 3 things: marketing, automation, and delegation. So marketing, getting that done for you in spite of you. Automation is getting the systems in place where it just gets done automatically. Systems where nothing falls through the cracks, no lead gets left behind, every lead gets an offer, every lead gets followed up with every 30 days, and you're running like a well-oiled machine, right? But sometimes there's systems and software can't do everything. So whatever you can't automate, you delegate. And I say this all the time too. Sometimes the best automation you can get is a good virtual assistant. And so we started developing systems that could handle the stuff, but a virtual assistant that could run it. And we also started working with boots on the ground people like local wholesalers and realtors and things like that. And so that, when we figured that out, it really exploded my business. And I started teaching this and doing it and teaching it and coaching people how to do this.
Yep.
And we decided we wanted to come up with a boot camp called the Mad Boot Camp. And this is the first time we've ever done this. I'm excited about it. It's going to be live Friday and Saturday, February 11th and 12th. And hopefully you're not coming in too late. But on this boot camp, we're going to be sharing with you. We're opening our textbook, and we're going to show you how we do deals in multiple markets. And Gavin travels a lot. I travel a lot. I've done tons of deals from many different countries. I've traveled with my family of 6, my wife and our 4 kids, to Europe twice for 2 to 3 months. We've traveled in an RV for 3 months at a time, literally gone from home in the U.S. in either a national park or France, Europe, somewhere in the Czech Republic, traveling around doing deals because we figured this out. And it's not that hard. It's actually really, really simple. And it's important. Even if you just want to do deals in your backyard, even if you just want to do 1 or 2 deals a month, You need to understand real simple marketing that's working today, systems and tools that are working today that aren't expensive, but very simple to do. And then how to get virtual assistants, or even if it's one of your kids, like with these land deals, I've been having my kids do it, right?
Yeah.
You've got to have the systems in place that you can easily then duplicate them and dedicate and put them out there. Cool.
Yeah, I just got back from a mastermind, and someone said, "Well, what do you teach?" And I was like, I actually thought about it for a second, because normally I like reel off like some creative and lease options, wholesale and virtual and flip. And I was like, it's just so much like waffle to say that. I was like, what do I actually teach? And I think I actually teach is that, and both of us, is how to find deals,
Yeah.
right? Is how to find deals and how to build systems doing it, and finding the right teams to be able to do it with, because I think that that's kind of what we do, right? The exit is, you're going to have a choice of the exit, right? Once you be able to find the deal and operate, you can then choose the best exit. Am I going to do a buy and hold? Am I going to buy it in Airbnb? Am I going to wholesale it? Am I going to keep it on owner finance myself and resell it on owner finance? I'm going to sell it to an investor. Am I going to, I mean, so many things that you can learn along the way, but without the deal, without being able to find these things, none of the exit strategies matter. I think that's the problem. People know like way more. I have clients that we work with that are better than me in their niches. They know more than me, note buying and things like that. But I can find the deals. And that's the difference. I can find any deal that you want with system, with marketing, automation, and delegation and consistency.
Yeah.
And they have the exit. So if you can start matching things together, then that's how you're going to do, great things, or do the things that you want.
Yeah. Yeah. This is awesome. We're going to be doing this bootcamp live. If you weren't interested, go to madbootcamp.com. Sorry, I didn't give that URL earlier, but madbootcamp.com, MAD bootcamp.com. And we're going to be in Zoom. This is going to be all done in Zoom because we want it to be interactive, which means we're going to be asking you, turn on your cameras, wave, say hi, say hello. Now, some of you, I know you're not going to want to turn your cameras on. That's fine. You don't have to be part of the boot camp, but we want it to be as interactive and live in person as possible without you having to go travel somewhere to join us in person. Now, we may do another one of these and do it in person, but for now, we wanted to do this live because it's just easier for everybody. We're doing it on a Friday and a Saturday from 11 a.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern, and Friday and a Saturday, February 11th and 12th. It's going to be jam-packed with awesome information. And in fact, it's $97. But if for whatever reason you feel like, you know what, this has been a waste of my time, I'm disappointed, right? If you're unhappy at any reason whatsoever, not only are we going to refund your money, I will double your money back because I am that confident this is going to be one of the most valuable things that you've ever invested in. All right. It's on live now on the interwebs, on YouTube and Facebook and on my podcast. So it's out there. I said it. If you are unhappy for whatever reason, I don't care. You'll need to tell us within like a day or two after the event's over. Okay.
Yeah. And you need to show up, right?
Yeah.
You can't just book it and then go, oh, I didn't attend. Can I have my extra money back?
Yeah. You got to attend and watch it. But if you feel like, man, this was a waste of my time, I didn't like it, this was dumb. All right, let us know. We'll refund double your money back. Mm-hmm. All right. It's $97. It's going to be some of the best money you've ever invested in your business. Some of us, like, guys, the most important, valuable real estate you'll ever invest in is the 4 or 5 inches in between your ears.
Yeah.
And you guys, a lot of times, you know what you need to do, but you're just missing a little piece of it, right? Or maybe you're missing the belief that you can actually do this. And we're going to show you how easy it actually is. We're going to show you the marketing that's working today, the automation, the systems, the software, the tools that we're using today that work today that aren't going to cost you $1 million. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, right? And we're going to show you the delegation that you need to get all of that stuff done. We use virtual assistants to do all of our cold calling. I use my sons to do the land stuff, and I only pay them out of the deal, right? Only if they make a deal do they get paid. Now, sometimes in the past, I have paid them hourly, but I sometimes give them a choice. Would you rather just make $15 an hour or 15% of the profits? And there's a big difference between those two, right? So there are ways when you can find local boots on the ground people, you can find virtual assistants, and you can pay them a small wage, if any, and then a bonus of the deal. So most of your outlay most of your expenses come if and when you do a deal. So we're going to be talking about all of that, showing you these tools. I think it's going to be one of the best things we've ever done. Gavin, it's been about 3 or 4 years since we last did any kind of boot camp, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's been a long time, so I think we're both excited, right? And it's fresh. We've not done it, and we're going to be, bringing it all to the table, and it's going to be live. That's the important thing. This is not recording, and don't for 1 second, guys, think that you can't attend live and you're going to watch it. You're not going to go and watch. I've been there, and I've said the same things to myself. You are not going to watch, okay? Hours, like we're 11 till 7, 8 hours. Obviously, we have a lunch, right? But 14 hours of content in 2 days. You're not going to go back and watch it. You're just not going to do it. So don't kid yourself. You have
don't
to
think that
show
you're
up.
going to, what he's saying is, don't think you're going to just sign up and then watch the replay.
Absolutely.
You got to be there live. You're going to get so much more out of it.
And even if it's, well, I have something on in the morning, we'll get on in the afternoon then, right? Get on and then you'll see, and then you'll want to change your plans. I don't know, whatever you got to do, because I think it's going to be super helpful for you. And we're going to be bringing it. I think we've both had people in our industry and masterminds saying, why are you only charging $97 for what you're doing? But it's like, well, we want more people there. We want to, help more people. So I'm excited.
One of the things I'm most excited about, and we keep on forgetting to talk about this, Gavin, is we're going to have some of our coaching clients on who are doing a bunch of deals. And are we doing this both days or just one?
We're going to be doing it, hopefully both. Yes.
Okay, we're trying to do both, but we're going to do a panel of experts. And this is one of the favorite things I do when I was a student trying to learn how to do deals. This is one of the favorite things that I used to love watching in a boot camp, was getting, not just hearing it from the coach's mouth, the guy, the face, but hearing it from actual students, actual people that were just where I was a few months earlier that are now doing deals. So we're going to be interviewing some of our most successful coaching clients as case studies and asking them, what are you doing? How does it work? Does it actually really work? Like, it's so funny. I see this all the time. Like, we could tell you what to do and you'll be like, yeah. But then one of our clients, one of our students that's actually doing it, when they tell you what to do, you're like, oh, that's brilliant. That's the most awesome thing I've ever heard. And it's like, oh, yes, it is. Because we taught them and we told you the same thing. But like, sometimes you need to hear it from somebody else, right? Who's maybe more in your shoes. So I am awesome. I'm so excited about that. We're going to be doing a panel of experts, and you're going to be hearing from people that are actually doing deals today, and you're going to learn what they're doing and how they're doing it. Yep.
I can't wait. It's going to be great. And we kick off 11 a.m. Joe, right? 11 a.m.
Eastern, 11th. Friday the 11th. So if you're watching this after we're done, maybe if you go to madbootcamp.com, you might have something there for you, but go to madbootcamp.com to sign up right now. This is going to be amazing. I'm just looking at the sales page here. What are the things that you get? Just go look at it. It's like over 16 hours of coaching. We're going to be showing you exactly what we do. It's going to be interactive. We're going to be looking at you. You're going to be looking at us. And it's just going to be like almost just like being in a real boot camp with us. We're going to be answering your questions. And all right. It's just $97. If you're not happy at all for whatever reason, if you think it's like a waste of time, let us know. We'll double your money back. We'll send you what's 97 times 2? 194. We'll send you 194 back. All right, guys. Anything else, Gavin? Are we good?
No, I'm excited, guys. Remember, number one rule, your next thing is to sign up and show up. That's it. That's what you got to do.
Yep, that's it. Madbootcamp.com. We'll see you guys later. Take care, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.